Alright, so today we are going to learn how to apply the Pythagorean theorem. And we have this triangle, and we can only use the Pythagorean theorem with a right triangle. So if it's not a right triangle, we can't use it. Okay? And we use the Pythagorean theorem to find any length, any side length of a triangle. And we use the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Alright? Or you could think of it as the one of the legs squared plus the other leg squared equals, this is called the hypotenuse squared. Okay? So hypotenuse is always across the arrow. Alright? So say I have this right triangle and we have the side lengths as one of the legs is 3, the other leg 4, and I want to know what this leg should be. We use the Pythagorean theorem. Alright, the Pythagorean theorem tells me that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So let's say this is a, this is b, and this is c. Okay? So a squared is 4 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. Alright, so we're trying to find this length. And we did it in class where we actually proved that the sum of the two legs squared equals the hypotenuse squared. Alright, so if I add these two together, I get this area here. Alright, so 4 squared is 16 plus 3 squared is 9 equals c squared. 16 plus 9 is 25 equals c squared. Now, in order to find what c squared is, I have to square root both sides. Okay? Because square rooting and squaring cancels each other out. Just like multiplying and dividing cancels each other out. The square root of 25 is 5. So these cancel each other out. C equals 5. So my side length C is 5. Here's another one where I give you one of the legs and I give you the hypotenuse and I want to know what the other leg is. And there's a right triangle, so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. 6 squared plus b squared equals 12 squared. This is A, we don't know what B is, and this is C. So let's do it. 6 squared is 36 plus b squared equals 12 squared is 144. So then we're going to subtract 36 to both sides because we are trying to find out what b squared is. So it's kind of like an algebraic equation, right? So we want b squared alone. That cancels each other out. Bring the b squared down. 144 minus 36 is 108. Now to find out what b equals, because I don't care what b squared equals. I want to know what b equals. I have to square root both sides. Because remember, the square and square root cancel each other out. Okay? It's like when I have 3x, I want to divide by 3 because 3 is being multiplied by x. Okay? And then b equals square root of 108. And let's see what that equals. Square root of 108 will be an irrational number. Irrational, okay? So in your calculator, you're going to put square root of 108. And you're getting approximately 10.3923. Okay? That's what it is. So we could use the Pythagorean theorem in real life in many ways. Okay? We can use it in baseball. We'll use it in football. We'll see tomorrow. We can use it in all kinds of ways. Policemen can use it, or detective can use it. Many ways. I'll give you another one way. Say I have a TV, a big TV. It's 16 inches high, and it's 14 inches wide. Okay? And I need to find a box that fits, but I want to know what the diagonal is. Okay? I need to know what this diagonal is. I don't know what the diagonal is. I got to figure that out. So, we know this is a right triangle right there. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem because there's a right triangle there, okay? So, we see that triangle there, right? So we have 16 here and 14 here, and we want to find this hypotenuse. So we use the Pythagorean theorem. 16 squared plus 14 squared equals c squared. Alright? 16 squared is 256. You can use a calculator. plus 14 squared is 196 equals c squared. So 256 plus 196 is 452, which equals c squared, and square root both sides to figure out the c. When you square root the right side, those two cancel out, and then your calculator do square root of 452, and you will get your answer to be approximately 21 inches. Okay? Alright. So I want you to try this problem. So say this is Roderick. Okay, and this is who else is football? This is Johnny. I don't know. Okay? Say I'm running. Roderick's running with the ball. 40 yards. He has the ball. Woo! Okay? And here's a defender. This is defender Johnny from another team. Okay, this is defender. And he's 30 yards away from Roderick. Okay, he's 30 yards away, and Roderick is running with the ball. He's trying to intercept him or tackle him. So he's going to go this way, because he's not going to go like up and then over. He's going to go the shortest way this way, okay? So I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to see how far Johnny has to run in order to tackle Roderick before he gets to the end zone. So I want you to figure that out using a calculator about how many yards does he have to run. Okay, that's what I want you to figure out, and we will talk more about this tomorrow. I hope you have a great super day. Bye-bye!